Hi everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Tolu, and in this video we are going to be examining 5 things you should know about vaginal dryness. So if you like what I have to say, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and if you have a topic you would like me to discuss sometime in the future, you can leave it as a comment for me, or if you have anything to say about this video, just drop a comment. I'm happy to read all your comments. So let's get straight to it. So the number one thing we are going to be talking about today is, what is vaginal dryness? Now I'm sure that just looks like a question that answers itself. Vaginal dryness is dryness of the vagina. The vagina, for those who may not know, because sometimes the vagina is confused with the vulva, the vagina is the inner muscular tube that leads to the cervix. So the part where the penis enters during penetrative vaginal sex, that's the vagina. It's the part that has the labia, the clitoris, the part that you can see, that's the vulva. So there's a big difference between both of them, even though sometimes they are used interchangeably. So back to what I was saying, dryness that occurs in the vagina is vaginal dryness. Vaginal dryness is commonly associated with pain or discomfort during sex. Many women who have it, that's usually the first symptom that they mention when they go see their healthcare provider. However, we must also recognize that dryness of the vagina can also cause discomfort for women even when they sit or when they move around. And sometimes even when they're exercising or peeing, vaginal dryness can cause discomfort. One study showed that 17 in 100 people who were assigned female at birth had experienced vaginal dryness at one point or the other. And over half of women who had experienced menopause also experienced vaginal dryness. This is to let you know that it can occur at any age and it is much more common than you think. So the second thing we are going to be looking at is what causes vaginal dryness. In many cases, it is associated with a drop in estrogen levels. So estrogen, for those who may not know, is one of the important hormones that women have in them. And a drop in estrogen levels has been associated with an increased dryness of the vagina. And when there's a drop in estrogen levels, what we have noticed is that the skin and tissues of the female reproductive tract may become less elastic and may become thinner. And this thinning and reduction in elasticity is what ultimately leads to dryness of the vagina. That said, let's now explore some of the common causes of vaginal dryness. The first on my list will be poor sexual arousal, and this is usually due to little or no foreplay, maybe prior to having penetrative sex. Other common causes include breastfeeding or childbirth. Also, the use of hormonal contraceptives or birth control pills have also been implicated. Medical conditions like diabetes, medications like some antidepressants, antihistamines, and also the use of scented products around or in the vagina can also increase the risk of experiencing vaginal dryness. Now at this point, I would like to say, like I usually say in many of my videos where I talk about female sexual health, that we advise that you do not wash your vagina. The vagina is a self-cleaning organ. Now the vagina is the inner muscular tube that leads to the cervix. It's the place where the penis enters during sex, while the vulva is the outer part of the female genitalia that has the labia, has the clitoris, that's the vulva. We advise that you wash the vulva with warm water, and you can also use unscented soap products to wash the vulva, but the vagina doesn't need to be washed. Washing it, especially with scented products, can increase your risk of having vaginal dryness considerably. The third thing we're going to be looking at are the symptoms of vaginal dryness. Like I said, one of the most common ones reported to healthcare providers is discomfort or pain during sex. But then vaginal dryness can also be linked with discomfort, maybe while sitting down or peeing or exercising. Other symptoms that women with vaginal dryness may experience includes bleeding after sex. Some may also have soreness of the vulva. There may also be some burning or itching sensations down there, and in some women, they even find themselves urinating more often. Number 4 is how to diagnose vaginal dryness. It's very important for those who experience vaginal dryness to see their healthcare provider, especially if they notice that it is recurrent. What your healthcare provider is going to do is to ask you a couple of questions to try to find out what's going on, if there's anything in your medical history or maybe your gynecological history, or it may even be in your medication history, if there's anything pointing to what may be causing or leading to the vaginal dryness. Your healthcare provider may also want to perform a physical examination, checking parts of your body that they suspect might be linked with the vaginal dryness, like doing a pelvic exam, for instance. They may also want you to run a couple of tests, maybe like a hormone profile to see if there's a drop in your estrogen levels, or maybe a scan or anything that they think might help them to understand what's going on. So it's important for those who experience recurrent vaginal dryness to see their healthcare provider. Now, the fifth thing we are going to be looking at are tips you can implement from home before you go see your healthcare provider. The first thing I would want to say is, number one, avoid washing your vagina. I've explained this earlier in the video. There are many potential health risks associated with it, so it's advisable not to do it. Your vagina cleans itself. It's also important for you to keep in mind that it's best for you to use unscented products around your vagina, that is around the vulva, or to clean your vulva. Use warm water, and if you must use soap products, go for unscented ones. Scented products can increase your risk of developing different complications, and one of them is vaginal dryness. It is also really important, especially for women, to ensure that you engage in sufficient foreplay before penetrating vaginal sex. This is because in many cases it takes women a bit longer for their bodies to prepare and get better lubricated before sex. For men, it is usually a bit faster. Men probably don't need so much, but women tend to need more. Also, using lubricants is a good idea, especially water-based lubricants when having sex, because one thing we've come to realize is a woman can be very aroused, but this may not necessarily mean that this arousal will lead to adequate lubrication. So using a lubricant or keeping a lubricant handy is usually a good idea. Another thing that women can consider using is vaginal moisturizers. This can also help to reduce the incidence of vaginal dryness and the discomfort that comes with it. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video to the end. We've explored 5 things that you should know about vaginal dryness. If you like what I had to say, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you have anything you'd like to say to me, just make sure that you leave it as a comment as well. Until I upload my next video, bye.